Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Newcastle podcast. I am Big Paul. This is Teacher Zé. Hello, Zé.
Big Paul. Hello, guys. You shall not pass this podcast.
You shall not pass.
Oh, that was good.
Yes.
That was good. Very good.
You shall not pass!
Did you understand the reference? What are we going to have today, Big Paul?
We're going to talk about fantasy movies, classical ones, yes?
Classic fantasies of the 21st century. Do you like fantasy movies, Big
Sure,
Paul?
I love it. It's my favorite genre of movies, my favorite kind of movie.
Very good.
Do you like?
I like it. I like fantasy movies, but it's not exactly my favorite type of movie. But I really like, and I think there are some great fantasy movies around for us to talk about.
So before we start, let's call our vinheta.
Sobe a vinheta. So guys, today we are going to talk about fantasies. I'm going to start with my fifth one. And my number 5 is Hellboy. Guys, first of all, I didn't put superhero movies on the list. Eu não coloquei filmes de herói na lista, com a exceção de Hellboy. Muito filme de super-heróis se encaixaria dentro do gênero fantasia, mas a gente fez a lista de filmes favoritos da DC e fez a lista de filmes favoritos da Marvel. Então eu falei, não vou colocar nada da DC ou da Marvel, embora eles pudessem ser considerados filmes de fantasia. Porém, Hellboy, I think it's not from Marvel, it's not from DC. It's kind of a superhero movie, but it's very much a fantasy masterpiece. I think it's a very nice movie.
Too.
And both are very good. Hellboy 2 actually is even better. Na verdade, Hellboy 2 é até melhor que o primeiro. It's a very, very good movie.
Is the first or the second movie Hellboy breaks his horns?
It's in the second, I think, that they show that.
He removes, yes.
I'm not talking about the new version. Isso é importantíssimo. Não estou falando sobre a nova versão. Estou falando da versão do Ron Perlman, que faz o Hellboy, e dirigida pelo Guillermo del Toro, que é o mago dos filmes de fantasia. Aliás, tem outro filme do Guillermo del Toro daqui a pouco, porque refilmaram o Hellboy. Recentemente refizeram uma porcaria. Eu estou falando da versão antiga.
O clássico.
O clássico é o melhor.
Yes. Well, guys, as I was telling you, my favorite genre of movies is fantasy. So the fifth movie in my list is The Chronicles of Spiderwick, As Crônicas de Spiderwick. I like this movie very much. It's amazing. For me, it's a masterpiece too. It's an old movie, but since that time, nowadays, I watch it again and rewatch.
And it's still very good.
It's still very good.
And
my sister loves it too.
I haven't watched. I have to confess, I haven't watched it. What's the movie about?
Okay, there is a cabin house in the middle of nowhere, and a family moves to this place. Arthur Spiderwick is the name of a kind of researcher, a scientist, and his kids, not kids, like his children, like his grandchildren, they move to this house with their mother, and the kids start to see different things, like the furniture starts to move alone. They start to hear different sounds,
Very good.
And they discover that actually there are many goblins and fantasy creatures that are invisible. They couldn't see. But after some events, they start to see the creatures. And actually, Arthur was a researcher of these creatures, but nobody believed on him because nobody has never seen.
You are giving too much spoilers, I think. But it's a very interesting story.
And he left a book explaining these creatures, and how you can kill some of them, how can you protect yourself from them. That's why the name of the movie is The Chronicles of Spiderwick. It's a very great movie. I like it so much.
I like it, the idea. Very good. My fourth movie is Avatar.
Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. Yeah, wow. It's like a fantasy fantasy has a lot of subgenres, you know?
Yeah.
Tem muito subgênero dentro do gênero de fantasia. For example, Big Paul was talking about a movie that is a classical fantasy style. There are some movies that are the classical fantasy, and there are also epic fantasy, yeah? Which is a mix of historic movies, like historic war movies with fantasy. Que é o gênero, basicamente, que mistura os épicos de guerra antigo com o gênero de fantasia, que se tornou muito popular. Na verdade, desde Tolkien, desde O Senhor dos Anéis, que já era um filme de épico de fantasia, você já tem essa mistura de gêneros. Mas aqui eu tô falando de Avatar, que é uma fantasia. Alguém vai falar, mas não é fantasia. Claro que é, of course it is. But it is an epic fantasy. É uma fantasia épica, é um estilo diferente. Não é necessariamente uma fantasia relacionada à magia, ou à mágica, ou a magos. Mas também é um filme de fantasia, eu gosto muito de Avatar.
Yes, the second movie of my list is Eragon.
Your fourth.
Yeah, the fourth, yes.
Contagem
É que
regressiva.
eu tô contando de baixo pra cima, eu tô confundindo. My fourth movie is Eragon. I like this movie so much, especially the books. For me, the books are much better than the movies. Eragon is amazing.
This list is about movies.
Yeah, but I'm giving my opinion.
No, but Eragon is a good movie too.
Yes, it's an amazing movie. I like it so much. Of course, if you read the books and watch the movies, it's not the same. But the movie itself was amazing.
Very good.
That's why I started to read the books. I liked the movie so much
That you start
that I
reading.
started to read the books.
Very good. My number 3 is an absolute classic too, like modern classic, Harry Potter, or like the British says, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter!
Harry Potter. Actually, I was watching again the movies, all the movies my wife wanted to watch, and I started watching again, and I was also making a list of my favorite Harry Potter movies to my website, to my channel. And it's much better than I remembered. The movie is still very good, yeah? Porque eu tinha visto só na época do lançamento. Eu vi todos quando foi lançado no cinema. Nunca fui um grande fã de Harry Potter, sempre fui mais fã de Senhor dos Anéis. Respeitava o filme, sempre achei muito bem feito, mas fazia tempo que eu não via. Fui rever agora para fazer uma lista para o meu canal e porque minha esposa queria ver, e os filmes envelheceram maravilhosamente bem. Os filmes são excepcionais. É impressionante como a saga consegue se manter uniformemente boa nos 8 filmes. Todos são bons, todos. Um piorzinho, talvez, a primeira parte do Relíquias da Morte. But all of them are great movies. Harry Potter, amazing. My third place.
Yeah. In my third position, I chose The Hobbit, the trilogy. For me, it's an amazing fantasy movie because I'm a great fan of Lord of the Rings. And when they launched The Hobbit, I thought it wouldn't be so good.
And it wasn't. E não foi good.
No,
E não era. E não era. Nem
The
perto.
Hobbit is amazing. It doesn't reach the same level of Lord of the Rings, but it's a great trilogy. I like it so much. So it's in the third position of my list.
Very good. My second place we have Pan's Labyrinth, which is a more violent fantasy movie.
I like this one.
Você assistiu O Labirinto do Fauno?
Yes, amazing.
Very good, mas observação pro pessoal mais novinho que talvez
Do you
assista nosso
remember the
podcast.
scene? No.
Yes. É também do Guilherme Del Toro, que é um mago da fantasia, e ele é gênio de criar criaturas fantásticas, geralmente sem usar computação gráfica, só com maquiagem, e é uma coisa espetacular o que ele faz nesse filme. É incrível, só que um filme de fantasia bem mais violento, tá? Pra quem gosta de fantasia mais leve, o público do filme de fantasia tende a preferir filmes mais leves. Esse aqui é o único da nossa lista até agora, da sua também, é o único que seria censura 18 anos, e que é um filme violento, pesado, com temas pesados, but I really like Pan's Labyrinth, O Labirinto do Fauno.
Yes. In the second place of my list, I put Harry Potter. I'm a great fan of Harry Potter books and movies, especially the movies too. I had the opportunity to watch most of the movies in the cinema, not all of them, but most of them I watched, and I like it so much. I have a collection of DVDs, you know.
Yes.
Because I find it very interesting and great. It's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. It's
The
a magical
movies are old compared to Marvel movies nowadays, but they are very good. The soundtrack, the effects, the characters,
the acting. Amazing,
itself,
amazing,
it's amazing.
amazing.
It's
Very
a perfect saga. Harry Potter is the second number of my list forever.
Very
Forever.
good. And eu tô no primeiro lugar, eu falei o segundo.
Yeah.
Do
So we have to talk about the first.
We can talk together.
Yeah, because it's
Let's
the
talk
same.
together. 1, 2, 3.
Lord of the Rings. No, sorry. Me empolguei.
Vergonha alheia.
You shall not pass.
Very good. So, Lord of the Rings, obviously the greatest fantasy of the 21st century.
Yes.
If anyone is making a list of greatest fantasies of the century, it's obvious that they are going to put Lord of the Rings, or they are wrong. They are completely wrong.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is the best. If you don't agree, you are wrong.
You are wrong, yes. You don't know why, but you are
Yeah.
wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. Lord of the Rings is the best
The
one.
best
It's amazing.
All of them.
Actually, in the beginning of Harry Potter saga, I had a little problem. I wasn't such a big fan because I love it so much, Lord of the Rings, that I compare it both, yeah? Quando eu era moleque e as sagas começaram juntas,
Yes.
tinha muito essa briga de Harry Potter com o Senhor dos Anéis. E como eu sempre fui muito fã do Senhor dos Anéis, eu acabava deixando Harry Potter um pouco de lado, o que é uma injustiça da minha parte, porque são filmes muito diferentes, como eu estava falando antes. O Senhor dos Anéis é um épico de fantasia. O Harry Potter é um filme mais mágico, é uma fantasia mais
Universo
clássica.
mágico.
É uma fantasia clássica e é muito bom dentro do que se propõe. Não é o Senhor dos Anéis. Lord of the Rings is Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Different than Big Paul, I don't like that much Hobbit. That's why Hobbit is not on my list. I'm only considering Lord of the Rings, that I think all three movies are great. All three movies are great.
My favorite one is The Return of the King.
Me too, but because it has more action, a lot of things happening. And it's the climax. It's the climax.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is forever in our hearts. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. We hope you liked our list. Tell us your personal list. And that's all for today.
Another thing, go to the comments and put which list you would like us to do. Vão lá no comentário e podem sugerir listas de top 5, tanto pro Paulão quanto para eu.
Pra eu.
Para nós fazermos uma lista de top.
For I or for me?
For I or for me. Eu sei inglês,
Okay.
em português não leio mais. Pra gente fazer, então vamos lá, deem sugestões aí de listas.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye
See you.
bye.
Bye.